Morning, folks. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we have a couple interesting stories we'd like to share with you this morning. One of them deals with our illegal immigration problem, the so-called migrants. I just call them illegal aliens, you know, what they are. At any rate, don't forget to subscribe. 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribers. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a cent, and we're trying to grow this channel, so I'd appreciate it if you reach down and subscribe and click the bell. At any rate, without ado, let's go ahead and move to the first one. First story of the day is illegal alien released from jail on bail in New Mexico beheads man and plays soccer with his head. This is the kind of people that come across our border. They aren't sending their best. An illegal alien released on bail in New Mexico went on to behead a man and play soccer with the severed head, Breitbart News reported. 25-year-old Jovenel Moïse, an illegal alien with a long criminal record, was indicted last week after being arrested for murdering a 51-year-old James Garcia in Donna Ana County, New Mexico on Father's Day, Breitbart News reported. When arrested, after Garcia's mutilated body was found 10 yards from his head, Arciniega-Saenz allegedly confessed to the murder, telling investigators that he was seeking revenge because he believed Garcia had raped his wife 4 years prior. At the park where Garcia's body was found, Saenz allegedly confessed to confronting the man before stabbing him with a switchblade, decapitating him, and then playing soccer with his head, according to the affidavit. Saenz allegedly told investigators he kicked Garcia's decapitated head at about 14 vehicles nearby. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement seemingly confirmed to Breitbart News that Saenz is an illegal alien in the United States with an ICE detainer on him, requesting that local authorities do not release him from jail until they can assume custody. In 2017, Saenz was accused of first-degree murder, but charges were dropped after the key witness in the case was found with a gun that was the same caliber of bullet that killed Benjamin Montoya, CBS 4 News reported. Man, these are the kind of people that are coming across our borders, and they're welcoming them with open arms. Says that Texas woman shocked when her home security video shows swarms of illegals around her home. As Border Patrol agents are reporting thousands of illegal crossings daily, residents in the Rio Grande are saying they too are seeing an increase in immigrants. In a shocking surveillance video taken in Mission, Texas, a woman recorded a group of about 16 people jumping a fence of a home inside a gated community, and Democrats think we don't have a problem. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Let's go ahead and move to Politico. It says Haitian president assassinated at home. Jovenel Moïse's wife, First Lady Martine Moïse, has been hospitalized. Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Haitian President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated in an attack on his private residence early Wednesday, according to a statement from the country's interim prime minister, who called the killing a hateful, inhumane, and barbaric act. First Lady Martine Moïse was shot in the overnight attack and hospitalized, interim Premier Claude Joseph said. Even before the assassination, Haiti had grown increasingly unstable and disgruntled under Moïse. The president ruled by decree for more than 2 years after the country failed to hold elections, and the opposition demanded he step down in recent months. The country's security situation is under the control of the National Police of the Haiti and Armed Forces of Haiti, Joseph said in a statement from his office of Democracy and the Republic will win. In the early morning hours of Wednesday, the streets were largely empty in the Caribbean nation's capital of Port-au-Prince, but some people ransacked businesses in one area. Joseph said police have been deployed in the National Palace, and the upscale community of Pétionville will be sent to other areas. Joseph condemned the assassination as a hateful, inhumane, and barbaric act. In the statement, he said some of the attackers spoke in Spanish, but offered no further explanation. He later said in a radio address they spoke Spanish or English, again offering no details. The White House described the attack as horrific and tragic and said it was still gathering information on what happened. Slow Joe will be briefed later Wednesday by his national security team spokesperson Jen Pulaski said during an interview on MSNBC. Yeah, he'll forget about it 5 minutes later. The message to the people of Haiti is this is a tragic tragedy. She, during a previously scheduled interview on the Communist News Network, it's a horrific crime and we're so sorry for the loss that they're all suffering and going through, as many of them are waking up this morning and hearing the news, and we stand ready and stand by them to provide any assistance that's needed. Haiti's economic, political, and social woes have deepened recently, with gang violence spiking heavily in Port-au-Prince, inflation spiraling, and food and fuel becoming scarcer at times in a country where 60% of the population makes less than $2 a day. These troubles come as Haiti still tries to recover from the devastating 2010 earthquake and Hurricane Matthew that struck in 2016. Opposition leaders accused Moïse, who was 53, of seeking to increase his power, including by approving a decree that limited the powers of a court that audits government contracts and another that created an intelligence agency that answers only to the president. In recent months, opposition leaders demanded that he step down, arguing that his term legally ended in February 2021. Moïse's supporters maintained that his term began when he took office in 2017, following a chaotic election that forced the appointment of a provisional president to serve during a year-long gap. Haiti was scheduled to hold general elections later this year. Tragic, tragic. Oh boy, look at that. Ugh. Just makes my skin crawl having to look at her face. If that's even her. Stunning. In a congressional first, Pelosi opened satellite field offices for D.C. Capitol Police in Florida and California to deal with regional threats. Like she has the authority to do that. What the heck is this? Shameless, Nancy Pelosi announced Tuesday she was opening regional satellite offices for the D.C. Capitol Police in Florida and California to deal with threats against Congress. Governor DeSantis needs to refuse them entry to a state. This is a remarkable overreach of power even for the wicked Nancy Pelosi. This woman, she just acts like she's a dictator and she just thinks she is all that. I can't wait to see what happens to her. In a remarkable display of how committed the Democrat Party is to utilizing the narrative of domestic extremism for their own benefit, Nancy Pelosi is placing satellite field offices in the D.C. Capitol Police in key regions around the country. When we consider the FBI has field offices all over the country, you might ask, why does Capitol Hill Police need to expand beyond Washington, D.C.? Good question. Essentially, what Nancy Pelosi is doing is expanding the federal law enforcement mechanism of the legislative branch into specific areas where they can investigate political opposition, armed with legal authority. This is a concerning shift in events. However, this is a likelihood. Such a move is connected to the larger political goal of enhanced federal enforcement to quell any rebellion while working in concert with the DOJ. Washington. The U.S. Capitol Police on Tuesday announced that the agency was opening regional field offices in California and Florida to investigate threats to members of Congress in the wake of January 6th attack on the Capitol. What attack? Their own people? Threats against members of Congress have increased in recent years, as of Tuesday. Total threats so far in 2021 were double what they were at this point a year ago, according to the Capitol Police. At this time, Florida and California are where the majority of our potential threats are, a department spokesperson said in a statement. The field offices will be the first for the department. A regional approach to investigating and prosecuting threats against members is important, so we will be working closely with the U.S. Attorney's Office in those locations. Oh, my word. What is it with these people? Any rate, that's the first of many that we're going to bring today. I hope everyone enjoyed these reports. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, broadcasting under sunny skies. Looks like we're going to be 90 today. Thank God for swamp coolers and air conditioning. Any rate, that's all we got to say. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. And we are out of here.